Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein we discuss Winter White, Psychic Realtors, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. All that and special guest Corinne Fisher from Guys We Fuck, the anti-slut-shaming podcast. Now play the music, Potty.
What was the cartoon that went two?
Rickety Rocket.
No, it's like two pairs of blah blah blah. It's like the famous cartoon from The Barber of Seville. Two pairs of pants, blah blah. Nobody's ever heard of that.
The Barber of Seville. I've seen the opera. What's the
That's an
cartoon?
opera,
but
yeah.
the Bugs Bunny
You're
version.
talking about the Looney Tunes
The
version
barber.
of it? Yeah.
I was like, I've seen it at an
He's
opera
giving
house.
No. I don't do operas.
He gives the guy a massage. He's the barber, and he slaps him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't remember the.
I think that was the.
Is this your first fact check?
Oh, there's also mood lighting in here. Just you can.
Oh, how cool.
Do you have a color that you prefer?
you get to choose.
You're-
Oh my
let's-
gosh.
Depending on your aura, how
Is
it
there like a
feels.
yellow? I
There we
think
go.
yellow makes
That's
me
yellow.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I brought up the Bugs Bunny. You guys never watched Bugs Bunny?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. You said this.
I've watched that barber.
How can you go from Bugs Bunny's Barber of Seville?
I know what he's talking
That's
about.
what. Yeah, but you didn't say Looney Tunes. You're like, that cartoon that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what
That
fucking
wasn't-
cartoon is
I
that?
needed more
It
specifics.
took a
Right.
second to get into my brain, which is very slow today. But anyway, there's a part in there where they're
It's
like,
Looney Tunes. That's got to be in the forefront, no matter what. Even if it's in
Frontal lobe.
in the recesses of your brain.
well, that's not the case, but yeah. Anyway, I'm glad everybody watches Looney Tunes. You want to get this show started? What do you think?
I guess so. Yeah, because we've already started.
What the hell?
And we've talked about cartoons. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. Speaking of cartoons, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
means
You were
you're
a
a
cartoon
cartoon.
once upon a time in a video game.
Arnold.
And to his right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
Thank you for shouting out Magic School Bus.
And our guest for the entire hour, Miss Corinne Fisher.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
Corinne.
Hello.
Tamborelli has given us black T-shirts to fortify us, and I see that you went with the dress.
Oh,
code.
yeah, this is great. I did wear all black today.
I mean, why not?
I didn't know. Yeah, I feel like you can't ever go wrong with all black. I really like it.
A
Works well, blends in
Bond
everywhere.
villain, Bond villain that has white cats.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know. I
Blofeld,
always
if
like
you're
to feel
dealing
like a
with-
witch.
If you're dealing with Blofeld, you definitely, they're gonna know. Oh, you've been to this secret lair. There's cat hair. There's white cat hair all over you.
This could be a secret lair. I mean, this might be the first time I've ever seen everybody in black shirts in the podcast studio.
It's just for
Guests
the
included.
listener. It's just a bunch of disembodied heads.
Yeah, I
and
was going to
arms.
say floating heads. Yeah.
It feels good. I actually did. I adopted a black dog in part because I have so much black clothing and furniture, and I lived with a white dog before that, and I was like, this isn't not going to work out.
Right. Because
It's
you
perfect.
you can't see the hairs.
Yeah, I mean, you just look dirty all the time. I did. I mean, he was the greatest dog of all time.
What was the name of the white dog?
The white dog is named Pinkerton.
Nice.
Yeah, very sweet.
And the black dog.
That's Sir Alfred Hitchcock. That's my dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Very
he's,
nice.
He's very proper. He has little white booties, but the rest is black.
Do you have a nickname? Or do you say
I just
that?
call
Know
him
that he can't wear his
Alfred.
paws after Labor Day.
That's true.
He stumps around after all.
You can
all
get
winter
out.
long.
Sorry, I can leave now.
I'll paint
You're
them.
done.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you know that rule though, because sometimes I'll bring that fashion roll up and people will be like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh my god.
And then there's also winter white, so it gets confusing.
Oh, what's winter white?
It's like there are some pieces that are made in white that are appropriate to wear after Labor Day, but
Right.
you kind of just have to have an eye for
But
it.
they can't be
Glove-
that.
can they be
can't be
gloves?
that
They can be
shiny
gloves,
white.
Mittens and scarves.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
boots.
Winter accessories.
Accent pieces.
Accent pieces.
Well, not go-go boots.
I didn't say go-go boots. You said go-go boots.
Well, I mean, white boots. What do you think of?
go-go boots.
Thank you.
Yeah, all white. I was like, I have black and white checkered boots from like Canal Street Jean Company.
Remember
but-
Canal Jean?
Yeah.
Is that a place where you used to go get your boots?
I don't think
You
so.
did get boots. Lots
Yeah?
of them. Yeah, he's a boot man.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
a bootman.
He's a
boot
black
man.
You
shirt.
think of me as a
boot man.
boot?
He's a
as
black shirt boot man.
as a bootman.
I like when men wear boots, and I also like when men have nose rings, and then they're not doing it enough.
I saw somebody with those elasticy, the boots with like the, they don't have ties. They just have like elastic
pull.
in here.
Mhm.
And I wanted to stop them and ask them if that worked for them. But I thought, Probably inappropriate
They
to
must
do on
have-
the street.
I mean,
I don't know if it's inappropriate. They probably would have just thought you were weird.
you have to.
I mean, it was a gal. It was a young gal.
Oh, it was a gal. Okay. Well, she would have just thought you were hitting on her.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And then you're like, no, I really want info on the boots.
Yeah, I wanted to know about the boots. You know those ones that just
Are
have
they
a lat.
comfortable? Yeah,
You know the pull-ons.
We know exactly which ones you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
The
about.
ones that, if you have shoddy ankles, aren't for you.
Oh God, I did it
because
again.
there's
dude.
no support.
I did it again today after aggravating the ankle in Staten Island. I did it
He's
again
always
today.
messing around.
Really
with
grown
his
up.
ankles.
No, it's just bad. It's just bad. I need I wear
First
running
day
shoes
with
like
your
a
new
jerk
ankles?
for some reason.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, I like ties because I like to get it really tight, like a corset on the ankle.
On your ankle? Just
Yeah,
to
because
keep it-
the support is amazing then. Really tight.
I broke my ankle in 2008,
Mhm.
maybe. And I didn't heal it 100%. And it's still...
So it's a
Ever once, I've given myself...
pre-Obama ankle break.
It's a pre-Obama... No, I
That's where my MacBook is from, 2008.
no, I just...
Still works.
I just didn't take care
Oh
of it.
well.
You got to take care of it. You got to do the rehab.
I didn't take care of my MacBook
I
either.
didn't.
I did the system updates.
So I'm just a thermometer and barometric.
Oh, you know when the weather's
I
going to
know
be
when
bad?
the weather's changing a
Oh,
couple days
weird.
before everybody else because my ankle starts acting up.
Okay.
Do they hire you?
I feel like that's what they got Nostradamus confused as someone who was all knowing, and really he just had a broken ankle. He was just telling people what was happening.
They need
days
Dan.
before.
Yeah, they need Dan for after the apocalypse when there's no more computers and he can just say, "Rain's coming in."
Storms are brewing.
Yeah, set out your cisterns.
Do you think Nostradamus would have been a weatherman in today's modern society?
No, he would have been pulled right into sports gambling right away. It
Or
was
like a
much more
psychic
lucrative.
though, because I mean he was
Yes.
using like when I
Sports gambling. would
when
be
you
the
deep
most-
dive into it, you're like, oh, he was just like giving vague things the way you would
That's
do when you're
true.
doing a tarot card
Yeah,
reading.
you can
so it
interpret it the way you want.
anything
Right.
works. Because like I was sitting there for a while, like reading this, going, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Then I was like, "No, this is just super vague, and you could be used for anything if you let your mind wander."
Oh my
you've been to-
gosh,
you've been
that's
to a
so
psychic?
right.
I have not been to a psychic.
But you have friends who do tarot. Everybody has a friend who does
I
tarot.
do have a friend, Kate Wolf High, who does tarot, 100%.
Hi, Kate.
She's a magical being.
And you won't get a tarot card reading from her?
Oh no, I've gotten a tarot card reading for her. I wouldn't do
Different
it for like
than
walk
psychics.
biz.
Have you been to a psychic?
Yeah.
Have you been to a psychic, Dan? You and
Have I
Kate.
been
You
to
and
a
Kate.
psych-
You and Kate
No,
went together.
No, I haven't. No, my wife went to a psychic and said that she was going to have twins.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh.
she didn't tell me that till after we got married. So I'm
Pressure's
like,
on.
Oh shit.
Pressure's on.
Well, I mean, twins is better than like quadruplets
Triplets, yeah,
or something.
That's because.
Yeah, but if it's the first one, like one to start, and then if you're intrigued, then maybe you get two
this
the
is
next time.
This is a bold
Like
psychic
I don't think
too.
it's a
This is a bold psychic. You can really judge them on whether this happens or not.
Yeah, that's true. That's
yeah,
true.
Jeremy,
I wanted to do an online.
have you
version.
been to a psychic?
No, but I wanted to do. They have apps now, I guess, that you can do. Can talk to people.
The
and talk to
California
people. Yeah.
psychics type.
I
of-
don't. That's
But this is a much more streamlined version of for me personally.
It sounds like a Magic 8-Ball app.
sounds
dude.
like you're going to be late for your Verizon payment. You're texting
Yeah.
a psychic. Like what the hell?
I don't. believe in
You
these.
will run out of data in 24 hours. Like
I foresee overage charges.
I know there's it's like $1 a minute. That's like the standard going rate for psychics on phones.
Oh, man.
I mean, I believe in like ESP and stuff like that, but I don't believe in these the psychics that you call. But I do watch a lot of like mediums on TLC, and those are pretty amazing.
Long Island.
I've never shared.
There's
this.
another one now. There's there's like a mama medium.
There's one in Union
wow.
County. There's one in Union County, so you don't have to cross. You don't have to
everyone.
cross the river
Union. Yes.
My mom is sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Because-
100%
because
because she's an Irish witch.
Wait, what?
Is
She has red hair and brown eyes, and that's like it's a double recessive thing.
Oh.
And, if you look up like Irish mystic, like lure, like that's like part of their thing.
after you
And-
get past the soda ads,
And my mom is definitely like, she's not. I mean, a psychic, but
She's
she's
attuned.
definitely can like.
Oh, you mean sensitive?
she can like hone into like dead people in houses and stuff. And
Okay.
be like, I know what's going on here.
Oh,
or what has happened here. I don't like this place.
this
or,
is actually a really good. This is time for my, what do you call it? My new show, which is called Psychic Realtor. You don't know about this one, Jeremy?
No.
So psychic realtors, like it's like who died in this house, but like live.
I'm sure that has to be sort of.
I was gonna say, did you watch Nathan for You?
No, what's Nathan?
Oh, what?
The funniest
What? Are you
show.
serious?
It's a Comedy Central.
Oh, okay. I met
So
him.
good.
I met Nathan at a party, and I scared the shit out of him because I came in too hard. I came in too strong.
as you should.
I was just so
You were
overjoyed
psyched to meet him.
to meet him, and he was a lot less excited to meet me.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, so that one of the things they do is like it's basically like it's more like what is it? It was like a haunted realtor where they put like because the concept of the show, as you know, is they try to help people like small businesses, but in like the worst way possible. And so they would tell you whether the house was haunted or not. And they made her like a ghost realtor, this woman, and they put up signs like on benches and stuff. And if you would go
in L.A., right?
yeah, it was in L.A.
Okay, so I
like,
came
one
up with this
person-
idea independently.
You did, and I mean, it happens like in comedy all the time. Like if people simultaneously come up with the same joke.
Go ahead, Corinne. You were saying. I'm sorry.
No, and so she would just like let people know if the house was haunted or not, and if it was, like they would get a discount, but an exorcist would come in. It was great. She would be like, "Okay, so do you love the house? But like, I have to let you know
yeah,
one
there's
thing.
also
Like,
ritual murder.
it's haunted. Yeah. It was. I mean, that show is woof. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but no more, I guess.
No.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
But
Are you
there'll be
saying we
something
can
bigger
steal
and
their
better.
He also
concepts
made.
now?
Well, you can. Yeah, you could probably roll with that.
Do you remember when he was taking pictures on Instagram or Twitter where he was like eating cereal and you can catch like the reflection
yeah.
of the spoon and there's porn on it? Like
This
he
is
did like
Nathan. I didn't follow him on social media.
Oh man, it was. Didn't
This
he
was
pull it down
when
right?
he
Right when it
was,
started, it was
he was on the show. Yeah,
fucking so good. Like it was just like having cereal and just like just the glistening of the spoon. You just see like hardcore porn. Like
He's so.
happening.
You get to squint, huh?
No, I didn't have to squint. That's the funny thing.
I guess I gotta get a bigger phone.
What do you got? The
Get up. You got to upgrade to that.
No, I'm fine.
I feel like Nathan is like doing what Tom Green did for me when I was a kid, just like, making me laugh until I cried in a way that very few people have been able to via TV, at least.
Sure. He mastered the medium in a Canadian way.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it must be a Canadian thing because Tom Green's Canadian too. And then Nathan is also Canadian.
He is?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And they actually have similar kind of. They're similar. They have similar haircuts.
They're both
for sure.
oddballs.
Yeah.
And then there's Bruce McCullough. And we could go on for days of hilarious.
Let's just
Canadian
list
I
Canadian
love it.
comedians.
This is a clip
Mike
show.
Myers.
This is a clip show. It's a good clip show.
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey.
No.
Yes, it is a question.
I think that's. Yeah, I don't think that's.
First fact check,
Okay,
Jeremy.
well, that's
first fact
fine.
check.
No, I
That's
don't-
the stupid fact check.
Yeah.
Who cares? Oh, you're going to fact check yourself. This is what happens on the show.
Fact check
I
myself.
understand because on my podcast I am also the fact checker. I can't.
Oh, really?
I can't go on with the show until I know the answer.
Wow. If you guys had a podcast together,
It would just be us
be
googling things.
Yeah.
You can't call it We Should Have a Podcast.
Yeah. And then and then I have another podcast about Justin Bieber where we actually just have a theme song called Research Break
American.
Oh, yeah.
He's
because we have
He's
to look it up
American.
so much. And he's also back to the theme Canadian. So there we go.
He's born in Montana, bro. So you guys
So
get
cool.
half. You guys get half a point.
That's like
Yeah,
You guys
Montana's
get half a
close
point.
to
He's-
Canada.
yeah.
touching.
Thank you. If I've learned anything from this hour,
And my geography skills are still good enough to know that Montana
too bad they're.
is closer to Canada than Mexico.
Yes.
Your geology skills are rapidly eroding, though. That's a problem. How did you first meet Dan Tamborelli?
What?
I think we just met when you did the podcast,
Yeah, I think
right?
so.
Yeah, because I think Christina, my comedy partner, did a show with you, and I saw
At the Laughing
the poster,
Devil or something?
and I was like, "Oh my God, Danny Tamborelli's on your show. Ask him to do the podcast," and I just sent her to do my
You
dirty work
did,
for
yeah.
me,
Well, she did your bidding well.
and it worked. Yeah,
She did your bidding well, and I told you asked about anyone that I dated who fucked celebrities or had like a moment. And I told you that my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife,
What?
gotten with a musician, and she heard it. She got very mad at me that I said something about it.
Oh, really?
And it all came to like a big head
Ahead.
on Valentine's Day while I was in LA
Oh,
having
no.
a lovely quiet dinner with just me and my lady
And a
and
third
good old Jeremy
wheel.
over there.
Oh no!
And like we waited for this restaurant for a while.
Jeremy
and,
dressed
like,
in
it
a
just
striped
didn't work
referee
out.
shirt, and he had a referee hat.
They had it was like the wine was bad, everything was bad, and
the
she
wine
was
was bad?
stewing on it and stewing on it and stewing on it. and then let it out like at the table.
But you didn't say the name, right?
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay, because that was a long time ago. I couldn't remember.
No, I did. I made that mistake.
You blew it.
Once. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing. I'm just bringing it up.
You blew
because
it.
I think it was a funny moment where she's like, I listened to that podcast you were on.
Oh my god!
And I was like,
that's the thing with women when you're dating them. Like they've read every
boy.
blog post you've ever made.
I don't know
every
if they
tweet.
have. I don't know if they have.
Oh, I'll go hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're really good at researching.
I'll go through an entire Twitter
Really
timeline,
good, Michael.
like a Tumblr account. Like I'll go
Live journal? You go back to live
I'll do
journal?
the whole thing.
This is how you've changed.
Hey, so in 2001, you wrote on your live journal. You were
vegan
You
at
were
this
really
time.
interested in dressing up with colorful wigs and putting makeup on.
Don't kink shame, bro.
No, it's not kink shaming. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'll let you
but
finish your
now-
sentence.
But yeah, now it sounds like it because you didn't let me finish what I was going to say.
Nice save.
And then I found God. And you're like, is this still true? And-
Clowns for Jesus is now the Tumblr. It's a different Tumblr now.
That's the thing though. Like you truly cannot go, or I have not. Like you can't go through anyone's Twitter feed
Oh, without finding something that makes you it's a deal
that makes
breaker.
you hate them.
You're a deal breaker right away.
Yeah.
And you regret doing it, and it's almost like peeping in their public diary.
Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I'm like, I am liking this person less and less. Even if you read your own like Twitter feed and
Oh, me from a
you
year
like
ago?
yourself?
like I like myself and I'm reading this and I'm like, this is trash. Who am I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not good. I don't know why.
Well, it's because social media just forces you to say stuff impulsively because you want to put
yeah,
stuff
when
up
it's my
there.
garbage thoughts too. That's why I call Twitter. It's like my place for garbage,
Your garbage thoughts.
So it's not in my head. It's on Twitter, but then like everyone
But
can
then
see
it's
that.
there, and that's like
Yeah.
my garbage feed is what people think I am.
Oh, for sure.
Well, you know, when the president travels anywhere overseas, you guys love this because you know it. When the president travels, there's a presidential porta potty. Because so then foreign intelligence agencies can't intercept the president's poop and analyze it for vulnerabilities. This is true.
I like how you
Really?
said that this was like something that we all knew. And
This
I
is
was
true.
like, I have
you guys
no
know it. Yeah, you guys know this.
I had no clue
You guys
about
know
this.
But
So
when
how
the
does this
president-
relate to garbage tweets?
When the president poops, because ordinarily the rest of us are just shitting and leaving a record of ourselves behind, but presidents have all their poop like collected.
Who's doing that
and
legwork?
bagged. That's true. That's got to be a shitty Secret Service
Yeah.
job. It really does. That
Who's
could
doing
be
my? No, I mean specifically me. I'm talking like
Scoots?
who's going to go through my
Scoots does the legwork.
number
Nobody's
twos?
go-
and be
nobody's
like,
going through
"Let's
your number
see."
twos.
His weaknesses are. I'll tell you my weaknesses are
They're obviously corn and
diabetic.
Cheetos.
pre-diabetic. I got a broken foot.
I love that you said that though, because I've actually there was a man who offered money for Christina and I
Oh, no.
to
Oh, no.
poop
Oh, no.
in front of him, and then he could keep it.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
And
Oh, no.
this is a real email that we got.
You're like, there has to be a glass coffee table in between us. First of all, shitbag.
But the problem I had was not the pooping. The problem I had was like I was like, well, maybe he can clone us now.
Yeah.
And
No, you
so
can't have my DNA. Exactly.
at first I was like, no, hard no, and then an hour later I was literally on my phone googling, does poop contain
can you
DNA?
clone somebody from poop? Oh yeah, of course.
And yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So I was like, no. I was like, this is dangerous.
What are they going to do with your poop?
I don't know. It just felt like it shouldn't be something that's just like out there willy nilly.
What if they 3D printed new
you know,
us?
dude, scientists can have fetishes too.
Yeah.
You know, like who knows?
Oh,
he really
very-
he could be very smart,
Very
and-
specific
and
kinks.
I wish he was a scientist. I wish a scientist was offering me money to poop in front. That would be like a dream. That'd be better than Tinder. Like,
That's
I think Methodist Hospital up the street will do that for
true.
you.
They're
You
very
get
close.
$200 to poop in a bottle.
Yeah, you give a
Yeah.
vital sample.
what a horrible comic book villain that would be.
What, the
Like the
poopster?
scientist gone bad, and he's like, "How can I get back at the world through their number two?"
He's been doing. He's the
He's
one
a
doing.
janitor by day,
Yeah.
so he can get. Oh my god,
He's like the Will. He's like the
Access.
Goodwill Hunting.
No, you're
So
thinking
he has
about
the Goodwill Hunting.
You're
thing where
thinking
he's
about the evil avatar from the Cologuard commercials. It's like the mail away colon cancer test, and it's like just shit in this bag and send it in the mail.
oh my God.
I
Yeah,
don't trust any of that. Well, shit. I don't trust any of that shit,
Stuff. Any of
including
that
the
stuff.
DNA stuff. Shit.
Oh, don't give it.
I
Don't
You
give
don't
it
trust
to
what like
anybody.
DNA exists?
No,
or
I'm
that-
sorry. Like, yeah.
I don't believe
Listen,
in
Like,
the
where are we
double
going
helix.
here?
these
Science
strands
schmites.
aren't here.
The helix
Jurassic
is
Park
the-
was for the fucking birds.
Helix is the devil's screw.
No, like DNA tests. Like, I don't like the idea of sending in my spit and having that on
Oh.
record.
Like a 23andMe.
Well, that's
Yeah.
how they found the
Got it.
Golden
I
State
don't-
Killer.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
how they
not
found the
putting
Golden State
myself out
Killer.
there.
Like other
So-
relatives of theirs
Yeah.
Is
Was
there
had done a
something you wanna
DNA
tell us?
test, and so they were able to.
Oh wow.
Yup.
Yeah. And also, so here's my friend.
Who remain
was it-
nameless.
No, yeah, she'll remain nameless. She was adopted, but didn't know.
Holy
Like, her
crap.
parents didn't tell her for a while,
Uh-huh.
Whoa,
And it, like, came
is
up.
me.
and they're like, "Well, that's crazy. Like, I have like a whole second family because she did a 23andMe and found out that she wasn't related to her family." But then 23andMe gives you results of other people with your DNA. So even if you're like,
Oh.
or if like you're someone who is a sperm donor who wants to be anonymous,
Go ahead.
if you do that, then you're no longer anonymous because it'll just tell you
Get the
who you're
frick-
related to.
Get
How's
the
that
frick out of
possible?
here.
That seems illegal.
This is
Totally
what-
seems illegal.
this
but
is
like,
what
think about how
Facebook-
many people.
This is what Facebook is doing to people who want to be sex workers or otherwise anonymous on the internet. Is they look at their contacts and then they suggest people you may know underneath people you may know because they look at all your connections and say this person is sending a lot of messages with this person. They must, and they out people. They out people that way. And people have had their covers blown.
I got to look at those people who you know, because like it'll be like person from high school I don't like, who I'm purposely not friends with, person I don't like from
Right.
high school, and then it'll just be like a really hot
Random,
lady with huge
sexy,
tits, and I'm like, who's this?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
She looks good.
I'd like to.
I got a couple of those today. Actually, I was like, I just blocked, block. I'll take a look first, see like the hardcore YouTube screenshots of just like penetration all the way down.
Easy,
You're just
easy.
like,
Is it? Wait, is
It's
it on
just like-
Facebook?
yes, it's on Facebook. They get and then they're like, have two friends, and
They love you.
I think it's because someone probably gets hacked, and then that's what they
Send a lot of requests.
It out.
Yeah.
Weird.
But I wish I could just report it to be like, get it out of here. Otherwise, I just have to block it, and then it says, "We're sorry you had this interaction."
Oh God, yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, Facebook. Yeah.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
Have you ever got-
butt?
you ever gotten in trouble with people from high school? You must have.
Not really. I don't interact a lot with them.
No,
Well, most of them have died off, is the thing.
Come
But
on, man. Come on. No, I have one good friend from school, and that's about it. I mean, there are several that I interact with, but all of the Trump likers have been unliked or unfollowed, and then I just have this beautiful little bubble now of people that I can tolerate.
it's good that you go back fairly often. I like that.
Yeah.
That you go back
Well,
to Ohio fairly
yeah,
often.
that's
That's
true.
Oh, I was gonna say, where are you from?
Yeah.
Okay, Ohio. What part of Ohio?
Southwestern, near Cincinnati, a little town called Lynchburg, Ohio.
Got it. Okay.
It's not Kentucky, but
It's very
close.
close.
It's close.
Yeah.
Oh, I like tend to love people from Ohio. Like two of my like 4 serious boyfriends were from Ohio.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't know. I feel like there's like a vibe between like Jersey, New York, and like Ohio. Like you can get along.
Yeah, what
feel
about the other
I feel
two?
the Jersey, Ohio connection.
who are the other two?
What
Where are the other two from?
One was from New York and like a New York City kid, so that's like always an interesting experience.
Stereotype. Sure.
And then the other one also lived in New York State, but
we need a tiebreaker.
he was also adopted and didn't know it until adulthood. So where is he actually from?
23
I
and
don't
me.
know.
23 and
I
me.
wonder if my
But-
friend. I
but in
wonder
that
if my
case-
friend and him are related.
In that case, I think nurture counts so much more than nature. And how could you really say, like, in a normal family where you're living with your biological mother and father, and I don't want to say normal anymore because we don't even know what normal is so quickly, but that you say, oh, it's 50% nature, 50% nurture. It's because you're related to your parents and the way that they raised you, and they're going to raise you similar to the way that they grew up. So you're going to have this. But then kids who are adopted and grow up in completely different places from where their parents were, you can't really say how much of their life is determined by genetics and how much is determined by the way they grew up.
It was weird because like the family that adopted him was very wealthy. So he kind of just, was very wealthy since he was like a toddler. But he really, like, part of the reason we started looking into it when we were dating, because we kind of figured it out together, like he was just like way more attractive than the rest of his family.
Ooh, you figured it
but
out.
like in a really weird way.
You're so charitable.
And he had a much darker skin tone, like as if he might have been like part Latino. And I mean, he didn't have anything in common. They were like very fancy, like they had like a wine cellar, and they liked going to see like violinists.
So
and
you
he
figured
liked
it out that he
comic
was
books.
adopted.
Yeah, they just like you would look at a photo and he just stuck out like a sore thumb, and you're like, just some weird stuff is going on here. And then he found like an old newspaper article. It was very much like a Lifetime movie. And then he's like, I gotta ask some questions.
Yeah, you have to confront his parents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or like a reverse Batman.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reverse Batman
That's
story.
true. Yeah.
Reverse Batman.
Yeah, because I think Batman was wealthy and he knew it. His parents got killed, and this is sort of the reverse. He was wealthy and didn't know it. And he was adopted, and
Oh, did the guy?
I don't
kill
know
his,
what the-
Did the guy murder his parents?
No, he did not murder his parents.
Wow.
Well then,
No.
You're all right.
No.
I think then we can throw the Batman story right out.
Anyway, you need a tiebreaker between New York and Ohio. Now you've had those two serious.
I had one from.
boyfriends.
Oh, sorry. There was one more. Texas. I forgot about him.
Texas.
Okay,
That's a
Texas
that's
is the reason. Yeah.
He was actually probably one Texas, and then one Ohio were like the most like heartbreaking, I guess.
Ohio's always the most heartbreaking.
yeah, we're very emotional. We're emotional rocks.
Well, I found both of the people from Ohio had zero emotions.
Oh, really?
And we're like stoic woodsmen.
Woodsman. We know I'm a bootsman.
Yeah.
We know I'm a bootman. Right.
Because I'm very masculine, so that's why I have to like find people who like look like the brawny paper
You
towel
got to be
man.
out because you don't want to be
That's
the
your-
brawnier
that's your
one in the
thing.
relationship.
No, I have to be the more feminine one, but it's so hard, as my male best friend did point out this weekend. So
It's tougher in New York City as well.
These words are hitting hard right now.
yeah, he's like I consider myself to be pretty masculine. You're way more masculine than me. I'm like, oh, okay, good. This is nice.
There's a lot of beard oil being sold in Brooklyn these freaking days.
Oh, gosh.
My God.
Yeah.
The beard oil, like if you look at the graph of beard oil by the years.
It's
Goes
really
up, huh?
escalated. Yeah, I bought my brother some beard oil. I don't know.
There's a lot of bees in
he's
there,
a
babe.
little he's a little hipstery, so I thought he would like. He did like it.
When I was
Jersey
Smells
boy.
great.
Jersey boy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to date him. You know, he lives in LA now, so
Nobody's trying.
I'm not trying to date my brother, so he can do whatever he wants to be metrosexual. You know.
I always I had a thing when I was dating. Anytime someone would say, "Oh, I like guys with beards," I would be like the Charlie Brown character, putting his head down and walking away because I could never grow a beard, so I can never be that genre
Woolly
of dude.
Willy, bro. Woolly Willy.
No,
Stick one on.
You can be masculine without a beard. It just
I
helps.
know, but there are certain
It just
people who are
helps.
like, I
It just-
only
no, the
date
beard-
guys with beards.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
Charlie Brown.
But I was into
can't grow
beards
one.
before they were like hot, and I feel like it's 'cause my dad had always had a beard
Yeah.
growing up, and like also has like long hair, so I liked like a rougher, more non-traditional look.
Charles Manson, but with an axe.
You know what? Honestly, you're not really that far off.
I get you. I get you.
It was a shame because you ever look like at a serial killer like Manson and definitely Jeffrey Dahmer, and you're like,
Ooh,
oh,
no.
like why are they so hot? What a waste.
No, I don't.
So hot.
No, I don't spend my time doing that.
Dahmer's so
Dahmer-
hot. He was so hot.
Dahmer's so
Well, you
hot.
got-
right?
I'm not gonna say Dahmer is hot,
Write it
but
down. Write it down.
as
I'm
a-
not
as
gonna say he's not hot.
but you have a point. And
Right.
speaking of that, today they found a guy who they've convicted or is admitted to 35.
No, he
Killings
admitted
around the country.
he admitted
Oh, no.
to 90
Oh,
killings
my
in
God.
Oh, and they've
35
linked
years.
35. Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Brand new, just hit today or just hit.
I think his name was Stuart Little. It explains a lot.
Oh my god.
He used to
I think
date.
his name is Stuart Little.
That's
I'm
when he
pretty
used to
sure.
date you.
No, is it Stuart Little?
Yeah,
I have to look
there's
this up.
something Little. His last name is Little.
Okay. We
Either-
spread enough unfounded allegations. It's lucky that
It's
the show
true.
takes a little while to get on the
Come
air.
on.
Otherwise, we get sued.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Dude, I
that's
tell
a
you.
fact check. You can fact check that.
Look at Jeremy's busy.
I can't
I'm
wait
not
to look
fact checking
this up.
nothing.
It's a serious thing. He's already in jail, though, so no one should be worried.
How did they find
Except
him?
for
Oh, yeah.
because he's like on his deathbed or something. And
Oh, I
he's
thought it was
just
like 23 and me.
No,
He,
Track him down.
you know, the true story is that he wants better digs. Like he wants he wants a more comfortable jail cell because he's dying.
is that it?
I think that's it.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So he's
he
like,
just wants
"Look,
to
you-
move.
You idiots missed 90 of my killings.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoddy
crazy.
police work.
are they even going to like waste taking him to trial, or he's
No,
just
they
so
just
sick?
want to. They just want to They just want to go through all the cold cases to see how many of them they can just actually close and give closure to people.
Yeah,
who,
like if he's gonna die, just like let people know who you killed. Like it doesn't have to be a mystery anymore.
Yeah.
You did it. Congrats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
not,
awful.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good guy. But he's. No one has to worry about him now.
Well, so you could.
Did
Well,
he have a
people talk
wife?
about the word closure. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
closure means different things to different people. That's so fucked up, man. That's some fucked up closure to finally feel like, where
Yeah.
the fuck have they been? Oh, it turns out they got
well,
murdered
we
by
got
this
him.
sick
He was
fuck.
already in jail, and then he
Yeah.
decided to tell us that he, killed your
But we
great
never,
aunt.
but we never thought, but we never gave a shit. You know, the person he killed was a hooker, so we didn't care. You know, there's a lot of things in California, but you know, they didn't. The police don't do the work anymore. Let's get on it, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the only time it would be closure is like if you thought the person just like ran off and like abandoned you or like killed themselves. Might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
True. Or,
I don't- I
mean,
can't-
there were
it's
just
hard to
people who were
say.
just waiting to like have some sort of, you know, vengeance on whatever happened.
That too. Yes.
You're just like, finally.
Yeah.
Oh.
And me wearing my winter white.
What if someone else was accused and went to jail for the crime that person did?
It's awful.
How
Oh
many
my
of those?
God.
How
That's the
many of
long
those
black
90?
long black veil, right? That's the plot of the song.
Well,
No, she walks these streets in a long black veil.
Yeah, winter white. It's like the
Visits my
opposite.
grave when the night winds.
oh, I
he
thought
says-
you were talking about like
Nobody
the
knows
wrongly
him.
accused.
No. Well, no, the long black veil. It's like,
Right, well, she didn't wanna
Did
get-
you kill the guy? No. Yes, I did kill the guy because
it was about sleeping around, and he was in the arms of his best friend's wife.
see, he had an alibi, but he couldn't use
He
it.
couldn't use it, so he went to the gallows and died because he didn't want her to be ostracized with the
Oh.
the scarlet letter.
So he
Right.
wanted his friend to be content to remain a jerk off, so he died. Is what you're saying?
I guess so.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Wrongly accused, huh?
Yeah, there's a thing called on Netflix called Something Tapes, and it's about people who were kind of like, people who don't have the right representation or who aren't that intelligent, who are kind of coerced into
Confessions or whatever.
confessions. I think it's called like a confession. Like it's infuriating, but also
the way you
really
watch
interesting.
the way you watch the questioners kind of guide them through.
Oh my
through a
God, yeah.
confession.
Especially like the first episode on that series, like I just sobbed through the whole thing because I'm really I was really invested into the West Memphis 3 case with
Sure.
Damien Eccles.
Sure. That was
And
huge.
so I was following that for years since I was a kid, and then I live in Harlem, and I just one day a couple years ago ran into him on the subway platform. This was someone who I didn't even know would ever see the light of day during my lifetime, and it was so surreal to follow this case from all these HBO Paradise Lost movies. Like there's like 3, 4 of
There
them.
were big documentaries.
Yeah, I would like research it all night, and then I'm just looking up at him, and I'm like, this. I just like looked at an arm, and I was like, this arm with all these tattoos
right,
does not,
familiar.
and it did not fit in on a Harlem subway. It just did not fit in, and I look up, and I'm like, it's Damien Eccles, and I talked to him, and I like went to his art opening a couple months ago.
That's pretty cosmic.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I just love him. I don't know.
Did you come at him like you did Nathan for you?
Honestly,
Too strong?
yes.
I mean, did you
but-
talk to him on the subway platform?
Yes,
Oh,
but
nice.
I talked to him in the car because I had to muster up the courage the whole ride, and like because he looks very intimidating. But I did talk to him, and I did bring a lot of this energy. But he responded positively.
If someone's gonna come at you, is it better on the platform or on the train?
I would
guess
prefer on the train because I'm always scared people are going to push me on the tracks.
Well, sure, I understand. With the 7
Just
train, with the 7
lighthearted
train, I hate it. This is a New Yorker concern
Yeah.
for 20 years solid.
Yeah. Well, ever since that New York Post cover story with the guy, I can't stop thinking. I think about that like every day.
There's a lot of New York Post cover stories.
And then
Yeah.
you see the people walking like when the train's coming right on the yellow line. Like
I get
getting past.
nervous. I get nervous.
Freaks me out.
Yeah.
Go like this.
Yeah.
For the listener, my knuckles are getting white.
My
Did you
only-
walk to sit with him?
No.
Or did you have to like slowly like get a little bit closer? Come on, Corinne, you can do
You can
this.
do this.
A little bit closer.
You can do this. Look
I'm
at those
within
tats.
striking
Yeah.
range now.
No, no,
I
no,
can
no.
see
You just-
clearly see these
you
tattoos.
just start likening it to Damien's struggles and be like, what would Damien do? in this
Right.
situation?
No, I was we entered through like I think the same door because once I like had to get kind of close to like make sure it was him, and then I googled it to like double make sure because that's a weird person to
You don't
say
wanna
I
be an
think you
asshole.
are.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like even though he's not a child murderer, to say like you were convicted of child,
It's
a little.
very niche.
It's a little
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
So I double made sure, and then I just stood, and he was sitting, and then I kind of just like leaned in. It was it was okay.
For the listener, Corinne is leaning in.
He responded.
No
well.
idea, but not
Yeah.
like Sheryl Sandberg. I have
no.
no idea how I would react, and I already am taken aback when strangers say things behind me.
Yeah, I was like, you guys look exactly the same. I'm sure you get approached all the time.
Yeah, but not as were you convicted of
No,
child
not that
murder?
one. Just like
Yeah.
It's
I loved
usually
you
like,
growing up.
Hey, were you in my favorite Christmas movie, Home Alone?
Home Alone 2 wasn't your favorite Christmas movie?
Home Alone 2 is my favorite Christmas movie.
Nice.
For real. I mean, I'm a super fan of Tim Curry. That's why, and I think that's one of his best performances.
And Rob Schneider. Don't forget.
That is a good performance.
They probably did a great like Laurel and Hardy type of thing. As soon as the camera stopped. I wasn't privy to that.
God, I love Tim Curry. Mm.
What was the
Clue the movie, right?
Yeah,
is that where it started? Where did it
No,
start?
Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
I watched that movie like over 300 times, starting in 6th grade. Like,
okay.
It's a real issue.
Clue the movie?
Clue the movie is fantastic, though.
But Rocky Horror reigns supreme because that was your that was your gateway drug to Tim Curry.
And I also like men who dress as women.
There you go.
Eddie Izzard.
But beards, or this is separate? These are two different
They could
men.
You can't really have a beard.
You can have beards and heels. Beards and heels.
You can, but I don't like that.
The circus?
Look.
Okay.
I do. I like because a lot of people who what is Eddie is he's like a running jumping transvestite is what I would call it. But yeah, because it's like he's like an actual transvestite. So like transvestite, there's drag queen, there's being transgender, but most transvestites are straight. Whereas most drag queens are gay.
Right.
So he's cross-dressing is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you liked that, and you liked Tim Curry in that Frankenstein role.
He looked
Frankenfooter.
hot.
And I feel like Jersey had an abnormal amount of like small movie theaters that would play
Yep.
Rocky Horror. That's
at
funny.
midnight.
Oh, wow.
And you could be like, you'd be in any county, at least two in every county.
My mom
Bergen
took me.
County
Yeah.
had a couple.
Yeah.
Your mom took you?
Yeah, I don't know which.
Did you bring rice, or what'd you bring?
Yeah. I first did it in the living room, like when I was because I liked it. I think I might have watched it the first time in 3rd grade.
Doing the tower.
So I did it when she let us throw rice in the living room, and it was great. And then when I was in 6th grade, she took me and my little brother because I think she thought it was going to be like she didn't realize how sexual it had gotten.
I was like, what are you bringing kids for?
We're here for the midnight showing with
It was
my
fine though.
We're here for the
11-year-old and 12-year-old.
We're here for the Halloween apples without the razor blades in them, please.
But the thing is, I went recently in New York City, and like I felt because it's mostly people who are like, it's a great thing to do before your drinking age. So like if you're like between 17 and 19,
To warm up.
it's a really cool thing to do when you can't drink. So I, went when I was like 30, and I felt just so old being there.
Like,
but like
sleep no
6th
more.
grade was a little young.
You should have.
Is that young people?
I joke.
I haven't seen it still.
You would
then
feel less
you're
uncomfortable
You're never
though
too young to
if you just grabbed a kid down the street and said, "You want to come to the
come in
midnight
with
showing
me."
with
This
me?
is almost like
And
they
then-
need a ringer to buy them beer, and you need a ringer so you don't look. That's
old.
funny. But,
Yeah.
Or that would kind of magnify it if you went in with a ringer.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but you'd be accepted faster.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I was going for.
It was great though. I don't care. I'll feel old.
That's awesome.
I do everything like too late. I went to Lollapalooza for the first time like a year ago. I'm 30. I'm 33 now.
I'm saving it off. I'm saving up for a Coachella ticket when I get Social Security.
Yeah, like I don't know because I was so broke in my 20s. So I'm like, oh, I'll just do everything now. Whatever.
No, you're doing it. That's
Yeah, I'm
what's
doing
important.
it. Yeah, it's fun.
And then the music's probably more relevant. I
Oh.
mean, like
Hey, the bands are more polished than they were 25 years ago. So, like,
Music sounds better.
Yeah, I was had a great time.
Drugs
have all
are
these new
stronger and
effects and-
more
Yeah.
designer.
Yeah,
more designer drugs.
yeah, super fun.
Less roofies.
Jeez.
in the
Are there less or we're just no? I mean,
I
like
guess I'm not out enough.
they have roofie nail polish now.
Roofie
Stop it.
indicated.
Oh,
Indicate, yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes,
But I
yes.
don't
Thank you. The roofie nail polish was not as successful.
I don't think that's
It was
a
weird.
thing.
All these guys kept sticking their fingers in my drinks.
Yeah.
These some women invented it, and you just stick your finger in
It
your
changes
drink,
color.
and it changes color if you have.
I thought
Date
that
raped
was
up.
I didn't know if it was out yet.
Yep.
That's amazing.
We need those.
I don't have. I should have it, but I don't. I don't go on dates, so it doesn't matter.
How do you meet people?
I just either they literally like have to be in like a room with me, otherwise it's just not happening.
So
It's been successful so far.
he's married.
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend.
So
I'm separated.
you're separated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a chance. That's all I'm saying. I've never been this single in my life since I was
He's really masculine.
since I was like
And he can
sexually
grow a
aware.
beard.
So wait, this is a recent separation?
Well, complicated, I think is
Oh,
the
okay.
best way to put it, right,
Okay.
fellas?
If you were updating your Facebook status, yes,
Yeah, it's
would be-
complicated.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
how did I impress it to the guys? Single dad. That's like the like that. If it doesn't grow, if that doesn't make like a guy grow a beard, what would?
I'm not sure.
A baby Bjorn.
I don't know.
Oh, lumberjack dad with the sling on the
look,
front.
You can grow the big beard, and it gives like extra hair to the kid underneath. Like
he
the
fucks.
Kid's got a fun little.
You already know he fucks because he's got the kid.
Are you saying that a dad without a beard? If I get a baby Bjorn, is what you're saying?
Do you think
you're
halfway there?
You're halfway.
With the Jeremy starter set for the hot.
You're saying I could have my dating years would have
But
been
you have to have a
positive.
baby in the Bjorn. You can't just walk around with an empty Bjorn.
That's extra weird.
That would be really weird.
Yeah.
Amber
Or a dog.
alert.
Yeah, that is an Amber Alert.
Amber alert. A lumberjack.
Excuse
with
me,
an
have you
empty baby
seen my
Bjorn.
child? What does it look like? I don't know. Anyone. That one over there looks good.
You know, a baby. Oh,
Fill it up.
That's terrible.
He could never grow a beard.
I used to have to be in a room with people to date them, and then I met my wife on Tinder.
You did?
I'd screwed my whole world up.
Tinder's weird. I joined Raya, and I thought that would be better. I think it's actually worse.
You got to spell that.
Is that a new one?
Spell.
You guys
Spell
can be
it.
on Raya. It's RAYA.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Yeah, you should get on that.
I'm not getting on that.
I mean, it's like for people in like the
Entertainment.
industry,
Which industry?
and like entertainment business. But you can do.
I
Like,
guess I can get in it.
if you're a
then.
cool doctor, you can also get on.
Ooh.
that-
Wait. If you're a dreamy doctor who lost his wife to a horrible, incurable disease, but you're still really young and
Yeah.
you're really rich and skinny and good looking, you can also be on this dating app.
I think so.
Okay.
I think
I'll
it's
think
fine.
You
about
can be recommended by your favorite celebrity's plastic surgeon. And then you
Oh,
get
I have
right
a friend
in there.
pass actually that's going to expire in a day. I literally can, if you want it, I can send it to you. I want to use it for
Look,
something.
Nice.
look. Let's
One way to get the digits.
let's do that.
We tried-
Can we try to do that? Let us
Please.
monitor your Rhea.
We are
account.
not being. That's fine. You guys can monitor it, but we are not getting any money from anybody to do this.
No.
Oh, no,
this is
no.
not about that.
This is just
money.
for the love of the
No,
experiment.
This is spontaneity.
exactly.
This is spontaneity
Thank you.
happening
Yes.
in Seltzer
Yes.
King
Corinne,
Studios.
that would
and
be
we
an
have
amazing thing to do.
We
Yeah,
thank.
I'm into it.
and we
Corinne
can give you
Fisher.
any T-shirt you like over there.
Nice.
You know what? I did see that, and I was like, "Are we getting swag for this?"
Oh yeah, of course,
I'm
yeah.
so excited.
Yes, you came all the way from Harlem. You're gonna get some swag.
I love swag.
For the listener, Danny and Mike logo apparel / 90s night celebratory swag
So much
Yeah,
swag.
so much
yeah.
swag.
is now available from our recent highly successful tour of the Midwest.
Which we tried to get this whole dating thing going. That was the origination of us.
Oh, you
trying
guys
to
wanted
get, yeah.
you guys wanted to get
And-
so in Indiana there was a pub quiz going on downstairs in Mishawaka, and
You play the great places like Michigan.
Wait, are you doing the podcast, or what were you doing?
Yeah, it was like a live podcast.
Okay, cool.
and there was a table of ladies, and I like went over and whispered like 3 answers to them. They were like cute and half as old as anybody else in there, and
It's a college town.
and the good girl, the one from Notre Dame, the good Catholic girl, was like, "Stop it! You're gonna get us kicked out."
It was fun to watch him go, and he like went back. He went back to the well like 2 or 3 times, and the third time
I gave him 3 answers.
you could see that they were like,
Exasperated.
"We are gonna get kicked out.
Exasperated.
Come here.
I was trying to
every
sell
Tuesday.
T-shirts. I was trying to sell T-shirts. They did not and didn't have
They
it.
were
That was a
upset.
Saturday
I love
night,
that.
bro.
No, it was not a Saturday night.
Yeah, it was.
Mishawaka was not a Saturday night.
Okay, you win.
Mishawaka is always a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday
Ooh.
because
I
it's
don't
a.
A layover
That's
day.
directly from Daniel's mouth.
It was a college town. Like the craziest day is Thursday, like Thirsty Thursday.
Thursday,
Because you're getting like
Thursday,
dollar
yeah.
beers and things like
I
that.
mean,
You're getting cheap
Mug
beer.
I went to like
nights.
art school, so I don't know, but like from what I've seen in movies.
Whereabouts?
they
Is it
exist.
close in the city? Or?
Yeah, I went to SVA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went to SUNY Purchase, which is the out of state
Yeah.
SVA, out of the city SVA.
It was
like-
great.
I like how it's right there. And my friend used to work at was that a Pearl Paint right downstairs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My friend used to work at that Pearl Paint right there. My buddy Lou.
I don't
so
think
I
it-
would
Wait,
drop
the
in and
one on
visit him.
Canal.
No,
No.
On 23rd Street, I believe that's they bought it out. It's like a Kava, which is their
It's a-
kind of
or a
like
Blick-
Apple store
or a Blick or whatever. Like,
Well, it's like a technology store now because like Kava is like their private kind of like Apple store, but they're mostly selling Mac products because it's an art school, so you need a Mac.
That's the dating app for people who only have Apple products. It's called Kava. Yeah, it's called Kava.
Ugh, I didn't date anyone like from my college when I was in college because I had a boyfriend the whole time who was just like
Out of town,
a lot older.
Out of town boyfriend.
Yeah.
Motorcycle.
He didn't have a motorcycle, but he wanted one. But I'm glad he didn't get one.
glad
That's
for both of
cool,
you.
but the death rate is too high on that.
No, really. With my freshman year, my college girlfriend had a roommate who had a motorcycle riding boyfriend who was a lot older, and I was like, "That's it.
Yeah.
There goes a bad man. I know I'm bad. There goes a bad man."
If only he had a beard and a baby Bjorn.
You know, yeah.
The foreshadowing was in the Beavis and Butthead TV show.
Yeah.
When the bully showed up and he was always riding a motorbike. What's his name? It was Toby.
Right.
Toby's voice.
Toby Huss did the voice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Toby, a little like Roger from Doug with like the jacket, the biker jacket. That's what I'm going for. I like
but with a beard.
People.
But with a
I
beard.
don't know why. Yeah, not mean to me, just mean
Everyone else,
Just
yeah.
mean to everyone else. Yeah.
And green skin.
Mm-hmm.
So Salacious Chrome, Jabba's little sidekick from Return of the Jedi. The one who's next to him
The
is
guy
just
with
rat thing.
the little rat
Yeah.
with the long big ears.
no, not too many whiskers, not enough beard.
What's the name of the celebrity dating site again?
Raya.
Raya. Okay,
It's not.
sorry to go backwards.
Oh,
but-
I didn't know it's for celebrities. I know it's for people in the industry. I
Well, just
I
like-
There are
assume,
some real big
I
celebrities.
assume
on
that
there.
I assume she meant Local 52 members.
No, it's like oh, you're cool. You're in the biz. Oh, I'm cool. It's like I just remember applying for it.
I'm scanning
And
my
I
name
applying
card.
for
and
it?
I name dropped Danny Tamborelli
Yeah.
And then you didn't get in?
and maybe Michael C. And I didn't get in.
Maybe. Yeah. You're
I
like,
was like, you guys
Sorry,
can definitely get in. No
Ryan
problem.
wasn't around when I
the one
was using it.
generation.
It was just Tinder. That was the only one. Me
This
and
is
Hillary
funny.
Duff. Hillary Duff and I were the only two using Tinder back in the day.
Hillary Duff was on there.
they were early adopters.
Early
Man,
adopters.
I would've
They were the
changed it.
first
But there were-
two.
And then we started dating, and then all these other apps came out, and then
Yeah.
my friends were using like Bumble and Hinge and all these other ones. And I was like,
Right. Door Slam. I think
and
that's
then
one of them.
And then Tinder upgraded, and Jeremy had to show me all that you could swipe back and all these
You
things.
could you could unswipe.
Think of all the possibilities that maybe I would have just passed over my wife.
Easy,
That would've been
buddy.
Fucked up.
Oh, I was gonna
Easy,
say. I was like, what are you saying? Because I was like, your wife's also gonna listen to this episode and get fucking pissed.
They had a great wedding. It was really a lot of fun.
I'm glad.
Beautiful wedding. Yeah.
Thanks for clearing this up. It was just fun fodder. I wasn't.
Wait, how
being
many Tinder
serious.
dates did you go
You're
on
gonna be
before
a
you met
fun
your wife?
fodder. You're gonna be a fun fodder at
I
twins.
was. I'm not going to be a fun fodder. At
That's
twins,
what the
so
psychic
good.
said.
Very good. I was on Tinder for comedic fodder, is what I said. For
Research.
like 6 months.
He just did that because he
because I felt
deducted it on his
because
taxes.
you know what I did. I
He did
felt
research
I was
purposes,
like I
yeah.
was like you. I always wanted to have.
Oh, Lane Moore has to
Real
deduct all her
conversation?
Tinder bill on her
Yeah.
taxes
What? I love that New York City comedy reference.
for the listener.
Oh my gosh.
Buy her book. Yeah, she has a new book out. She's a former guest. So
It's called How to Be Alone.
Yeah.
She is a former guest.
Yeah.
So Dan, you're a former single guy.
I'm not. Yeah. What? I'm just saying that. Yeah. I used Tinder.
Let's
and
start-
I used it under the guise that I was doing it for
But you-
shits and giggles, but I was looking
For
I was
love.
Can we brainstorm?
Yeah, doing.
Can we brainstorm the next
Let's just.
dating app name?
No, we don't need to.
$1 billion idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm going to call it Tote Bag.
Taupe. I just want my help.
Help. Yeah. Help sounds good.
Help.
Help.
That's good.
But I had very weird interactions on Twitter, on Tinder,
On Twitter.
Twitter too. But
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
you know what? You can make a mistake and try and use Twitter as Tinder, and it's
yes,
not.
that's what Mike uses Twitter as Tinder sometimes.
No,
A lot
no,
of guys
no,
use,
it's
like,
only for meeting.
Instagram.
It's only for meeting dudes
Oh,
that
well,
I
that's
hate.
that's how
That's
the
only for
sliding
meeting-
into your DMs became a thing, I guess, huh?
Yes.
That makes sense.
I get a slide in by proxy.
Yeah.
The fellas let me know when someone else slides into the DMs because I'm not on there.
Yeah.
I had somebody record our conversation
What?
on a date
What?
at the bar
Wow.
How did you find out?
because she told me afterwards.
Was it because you're a celebrity? Was it because
I don't know. I didn't get too far into it. I just know that I like kind of repeated the whole thing in my head, and I was like, oh, whatever. Do you have some fucking mindless conversation?
Yeah. Now you know about
Right.
me. Now you know about me
You can-
flirting.
Now you have my voice.
That's so weird. I mean,
Great.
and also, like, she couldn't do anything with it because it's illegal to do that.
Yeah,
it's
what
a
can
real
you do
Linda
with it?
Tripp
It's
move.
Oh,
a
New York-
real Linda Tripp.
New York is a
move.
New York is a two-party
Wow.
consent state.
Wow.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that. Oh God. Well, sorry, I'm very deep into the Clinton affair right now.
Go
so-
ahead.
Okay.
Don't
Have you been
stop.
watching it?
No. Is it on
Oh.
the Netflix?
A&E.
It's on A&E.
Oh
no.
my God, real good. And like, I mean, I lived
Better
it.
than
But
the OJ?
there's stuff. I think so because there's more in this that I didn't know that they released, and they did like an exclusive interview with Monica, and she never talks about it anymore. I mean, I think she's talked enough about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and so the OJ thing was more like everything I knew, but it was great in quotes to watch it back. But this is like, there's new info. They're playing tapes. They're interviewing all these politicians.
Right, there's extra material.
Brett
to be
Kavanaugh's involved, and he's still bad back in the day. Like it's juicy.
Wow.
I'm very into
Drinking
it.
beer out of the butt.
Well, I guess I'm gonna.
I love stuff like that. Yeah. Because it feels educational, but it's still like garbage,
It's
like
pulpy.
reality.
It's
So it's a
pulpy.
little bit of both. Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, this is
It's
educational.
National Geographic meets National Enquirer.
Right.
Again,
yeah.
you're deducting it on your taxes for research purposes.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm working on a Clintons themed comedy show.
Oh my gosh,
No.
so good. Love it.
I think we can do that.
What, you and I?
Yeah. I'm gonna be Ken Starr.
I'll be Roger.
Oh my god.
I'll be Brett Kavanaugh.
Well,
Yeah, don't.
no one wants to be Brett Kavanaugh, not even Brett.
Oh my.
But Squee does. Squee wishes that he was Brett Kavanaugh.
I'll be Paula Jones.
Ooh.
I feel like she's the unsung hero of the series. Like I feel like we didn't really understand Paula Jones initially, and I feel like I have a better understanding for her.
You're revealing pearls, is what you're saying from this kind of.
I just really.
sifting.
I learned things that I needed to know more about Paula Jones, and I'm glad I did.
At the time, we weren't paying attention to shit like that. We were looking at, Napster.
We were. Oh, I would just leave that to download, and he'll be like, "I'll come back in 5
exactly.
hours.
I'm
I'll
gonna
have
go
one
bake a cake.
song."
I'm gonna go bake a cake.
Yeah.
And when I get back, I'll have that live Cramps record.
Still have these images of my head of like,
Green bars finishing.
No, just like, a naked woman with just half the boob up. And then
Oh,
another
you're doing
20 minutes.
photos. Okay.
Like, we're talking Ken Starr days.
This
I think
is
I was
Dan-
still looking at photos.
This was
Okay.
Dan's first dating app. It's called Boober.
It's called Boober, yeah. I kept screaming at my Alta Vista.
Oh my god! Alta Vista got me through a French class. Thank God. 'Cause they had a great translator on there. Oof.
Really?
Yeah, that really helped me.
Save my ass, beaucoup.
That's funny.
Thank you to Sally the Irish witch for.
She's not, I mean, maybe she's listening. I also knew my mom was a witch because she knew almost every bad thing I ever did.
Wow.
Without me ever having to.
I mean, I think that's like a
Fess
mom
up. Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say, it's just your mom.
No, but like weird shit.
Yeah.
Like one time I came in and she was like, "You smell like cigarettes." And
Okay.
I was like, "No." She goes, "Yeah, you smell like cigarettes and you were smoking cigarettes and you were hiding it by rubbing your hands on grass." And I had done that. And I wasn't at my parents' house when I did it. And I looked at my hands and I didn't have any grass stains
Oh.
or anything on it.
I just
And how
got off
could
the
she
phone
just-
with. I just got off the
how
phone with
could she
Billy's
just
mom.
say that? How could
Billy's
she
mom
just
was
say
looking out
that?
the window when you did this.
I mean, perhaps.
What a weird tactic to rub your hands on grass.
I don't know. My friend said that would be a way to get rid of the
bro,
smell.
the only way to get rid of cigarette smell is
I was in seventh grade, and those cigarettes were picked up from the street.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Everyone has a hot tip when they're like my
It's a
friend.
Jersey thing.
Yeah, like my friend used to drink, and then everyone would put peanut butter in their mouths because like that's the only
It kills
stronger
the smell.
scent.
Yeah, it kills the smell.
And we're still like we're eating peanut butter pickles.
Totally.
A penny.
You guys are
Did you
just
ever-
like pregnant women, actually.
Yeah.
At that point, just trying to hide the smell.
I was just an accomplice because I was like a goody two shoes. I truly didn't drink alcohol. The
No,
first
you
time I
couldn't
drank
wait. You couldn't wait to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. You
yeah.
were not trying to drink.
I was not drinking. The first drink I had was for the Sex and the City series finale, and I was 17 years old. And I asked my mom if I could have one
Can I
Cosmopolitan.
have a Cosmo, please?
And she said yes.
And that was you shared a Cosmopolitan to say goodbye
2 straws.
to Sex in the City and hello to your new
Life is
My
the
new
Carrie.
life.
As
Yeah.
the Carrie diaries.
Beautiful.
Mom. I'm growing up.
I'm a grown up lady, and it was disgusting. We made them in like old, like my friend's house who had like immigrant parents who just like were never around, like they didn't speak English, and they were just I don't know where they were like sometimes like just fly to the Dominican Republic for like 3 weeks and like leave him there. And it was great. So we would go and like we made all the cocktails in old like mason jars that were holding screws in the garage.
Rusty
Yeah,
cocktails.
like this, and I was like, but no one's even here. Like, why don't we just like use a regular cup? Like, I don't know why we're hiding.
Right? No, don't. Yeah,
They can't. They'll find out.
It felt
How could we ever
cooler.
put those glasses back in the same place?
Yeah, precisely.
I don't know what we were thinking. Yeah.
Boy, that's what you got to do when you live in Jersey. You got to find
You
ways.
improvise.
Oh, I had so much fun in Jersey. You learn you learn weird sports in quotes like billiards and bowling. Those are the two things that we used to do.
Those seem like very Jersey sports they do.
Yeah,
Billiards
I love
and
playing
bowling?
pool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I think they liked bowling better, but I prefer pool.
We had a place in the town I grew up in that was like, it was just a pool hall.
Mm-hmm.
And so we could go there and we could smoke cigarettes at like 13, 14 years old. They didn't give a shit.
Practice
They were just
cursing.
like- yeah, and that was like the place to go when you couldn't go anywhere else. And like everybody's parents were around. They're like, we're going to play pool.
Yeah.
And like we'd all ride our bikes to this place and we'd sit there and we'd play pool and we'd smoke cigarettes. And we thought we were like such tough adults.
It is a fun.
And it's such
pool
a
halls are
weird
cool.
thing. People don't, that's a very specific kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there was what else? There was like the Quick Check parking lot. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be in a pool hall.
This
than-
sounds like
We had the Dunkin' Donuts.
Suburbia or Clerks. It really does.
yeah,
He
yeah.
definitely hit the nail on the head for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's Jersey.
That's why it resonated so well. And Garden State didn't.
You just have to clean it with rubbing alcohol if it's too resonated.
We did cruising. Did you guys cruise?
Just driving around.
Just driving
Yeah,
around.
I did that.
But there was a very specific route, and it was a
Loop.
town away.
It was a loop.
And you would go, and you know,
Would you go a town away because you didn't want to be in your
He
town?
couldn't show his
No,
face.
because nobody was.
He didn't talk to anybody from high school, so
Yeah, well, then I did. But you would go to this little town like 10 minutes away, and everybody would just slowly cruise around the block, and they would, as you're driving by someone you knew, you'd be like, hey, and
Hey,
then
Steve.
somebody else would be like, oh, I don't like you, fuck you, I'm gonna fight you, and then it's just like this huge circle of death.
You
And
just
then,
drove by all of
Circle
your
of
friends.
Wow.
and then the town got so pissed about it that they put up a no left turn sign, and it completely
killed
completely
cruise
ruined
night.
the cruising.
Killed cruise
Oh
night.
no!
Because the route had changed, and then it was just gone over with cruising.
All,
I didn't know where
all
to-
foiled by a no left
no left
turn
turn.
sign.
I didn't know where to
Damn.
challenge people anymore.
Yeah.
If you'd like to challenge us from your car, please call 347-470-8150 here at the Adventures of Danny and Mike. We're very grateful for your input.
oh, do you take calls?
No, we don't. We
not
do,
live, not live, but we love
calls.
you. We love your voicemails.
You leave us a voicemail and maybe we'll listen to it on air and answer your question or talk about your comment in
That's
some way,
fun.
shape, or
I
form.
like that.
So you can come back anytime you like if you want to just send voicemails or if you just want to come back and do the
I'll
real
answer
thing
my
too.
own
You can do,
voicemails.
yeah.
It'll be good.
Administrative work is not above me. I will do it. Thank you, Corinne. You must have cool plugs for us.
Sure. You can follow me on all social media, including TikTok. Thanks. I just signed up for that yesterday.
What the hell is TikTok?
It's like
I don't
Raya. It's like
know.
Raya, but for people outside the industry.
No, it's like Vine-ish, they say,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's like Vine at all.
I mean, there was just one part where I'm putting a filter over my face, and then it was just an Asian actress, and it felt I was like, well, I can't upload this. I'm
yeah.
gonna get an article written about me, and then there was another thing where I'm like in some kind of tunnel, and I just sang along to a Spice Girls song, and I was like, I'm too old for
Yeah,
this.
it doesn't.
That's how I felt about Snapchat. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I couldn't do
Yeah.
Snapchat.
I'm too old for Snapchat.
I'm
guys.
too old for it too.
For the listener, sorry.
The kids ask it, I go, no, I'm 33. I'm not on Snapchat.
Jesus year.
Yeah, I'm just not. So, at Philanthropy Gal on all social media. And I have two podcasts. One is Guys We Fucked, the anti-slut shaming podcast that I do with Christina Hutchinson, my comedy partner. And then I also do another podcast, which is really cool. It's like 35 episodes, and we just did a live show for the New York Comedy Festival. It's called Two Less Lonely Girls. It's an unironic podcast for adult Justin Bieber fans, but we also talk about like celebrity and what it does to people on a larger scale. I really love that. That's with Rosebud Baker, and they're both
Who stops you
wherever
from being
people.
ironic?
What?
Who stops you?
I mean, us, because we truly love Justin Bieber. We met him this summer.
You're staying true.
It was
Was he nice?
Yeah. I think he was scared.
Listen to
but
save it
he
for the
was-
podcast.
Yeah.
Save it for the
He was a little
podcast. She
scared.
came on a little strong. She gave him the Nathan approach.
I tend to do that.
She gave him the
The
Nathan.
Nathan approach.
Sometimes I come on. No, for this one, actually, Rosebud came on stronger than I did. I came
Thanks
on
to the Rosebud.
because I hadn't in. I was with someone who actually had met him before, and he, thank God, remembered. So it seemed a
Good
little
cop,
bit.
bad cop. Good
Yeah.
cop, bad cop.
It's always helpful to have that.
Yeah.
It's great to have that
Little
podcast
memory
fodder,
jog.
though.
Yeah. Yes, it was good. It was good. So yes, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming
thank you
all
so
this
much
way.
for,
No
for hanging out.
problem.
Wonderful guest.
I love it. This is a fun studio.
Thanks for stopping by the old Seltzer Kings.
This is the coolest it's been in here in weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do provide seltzer. It's not just a clever
not-
name.
yeah.
Not just a clever name.
No, they really suck.
Check us out, DannyandMike.com. Also, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/DannyandMike with the N spelled out. Also,
The ant spelled out.
we're on the Last Podcast Network. Check them out, lastpodcastnetwork.com, or all of their great podcasts. And what else? This guy's at D. Tamborelli. This guy's at Michael C. Morona, and I'm at Remy Balin. I don't know what else. What else do we have to talk about here?
I don't know. I think you did a good job plugging.
Yeah. Way to bring it home.
Corinne, thanks so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
You're a joy, and come back anytime.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.